which means mental, effect, which ingested. Ingested here means to swallow directly or like just absorb or introduce in the body. Introduce is the form when you take something to the use for the first time. A drug is simply a medicine, but when you take the medicine when you take the overdose the medicine, then it is known as drugs. For examples, heroin and cocaine. There are many other drugs too, but some of the non examples are these. So, like when there is drugs, then there is also some causes. Because why to take drugs? There must be some causes. So here are some causes. The drug causes of taking drugs is first number is bad company. A bad company is not only of friends, it can be of your relatives, it can be of your neighbors, your co-workers and all. And if you're like bad companies of friends and when you are friend with them, then they will like force you to take drugs. Though you don't want, they will force you and you will end up taking that drugs and you will also come into a habit. So you should avoid bad company. And stress, when you have some stress, like students might have some stress about homeworks and other your fathers or like officers may have the stress about how to earn more money, and poor people might have the stress of how to become rich. And there are many stress problems. Because of that, their mind doesn't work properly. And there is when they search about solutions, they think that drug can help you from being overstressed, and it can make you feel relaxed. The third point is to relax. When you have like certain amount of stress, these all are just related to stress. Because when you have more stress, you think that something is missing in your body, and to relax you eat drugs, and it will have some side effects and harm you. To satisfy the curiosity in your brain, there are some curiosities, like you have even learned about taking drugs is harmful, but there are some people who want to be like practical. How can a drug harm our body? They have like so much questions, like can this really harm me, or how does this harm me, what will I feel when I have drugs. To satisfy their curiosity, they take drugs, and after taking, like they can't escape it. They just like be addicted to that and escape from bad situations. In bad situation, mostly it can cause like some financial problems or and many others. To escape from bad situations, when you are not that much strong enough to see what you are going through, you have to feel like you overtake the stress. Then you think that there is something which is needed to be back to normal state of yours. So you take drugs to escape from bad situations. You can see in the picture, in this picture there is a girl, and she's taking drugs with some water, and she looks too much confused, and she is like unrelaxed. She is taking a too much stress. So causes of taking drugs must be to be first one is relaxing. The second one are like harmful effects of drugs. There are some harmful methods, like drug is, as I told you, that drug is a medicine. A medicine is good, but there are some harmful effects, and it can cause liver failure. Your liver has some tissues. Drugs mostly harm the tissue of your liver. Then it goes inside and it harms you. It can make you poor, as drugs are very expensive, and you might want to want it. Then drugs are very expensive to buy, and you want that. Without it you cannot live, and when you spend your money on all these drugs, it will make you poor. It can cause lung diseases. Lung diseases, I think you know that it is in lungs are in your chest, and it can cause lung diseases. When you have lung diseases, you will be like hard to breathe, and you will suffocate inside your brain. Something will suffocate you. You think that something is not unnecessary, and many bad things are happening to you, and it can cause lung disease. Increase of risk or illness, there is obviously when it can cause you a liver failure or lung diseases, and then simple illness like fever or cough, then they are natural for you. And the last one is memory problems. When you take drugs, you are taking drugs to help you from being overstressed, so you forget about other things, you do not think about other things, and you just focus on taking the drugs and enjoy your life in some imaginaries. And you are not in your own world, you are just thinking of other things, and like how happy will you be after taking drugs, and you won't know what is happening to you, what other people are saying to you, what are the works you have to do in your daily life. You just forget about it after taking drugs. So there are many memory problems which can be caused due to taking drugs. Now let's move on to preventive measures. Avoid bad company. This is very simple because if you have bad company, then they will obviously force you to take drugs, and you'll end up. Another one is public awareness. The most important thing is to take knowledge about the drugs yourself. First, take the knowledge about drugs, see what's there, how can it harm you. And after taking knowledge about drugs, when you are fully completed, when you fully know what happens, then give correct information to other people and spread some slogans against it, and you can aware the public. Keep the drug addicted person busy in works. When a drug addicted person is busy in some works, he won't think about taking drugs. So, like, you can keep him busy in different works like drawing, where he can enjoy, where the certain people who is taking drug can enjoy the thing what he is doing. So when you are like keeping them busy, then they will forget about taking the drugs because of the enjoyment they are getting from their work. Admit he or she to the rehabilitation center. Here, a rehabilitation center is a center in which you are like inside of like a jail in which you are inside, and they won't give you drugs. Even when you scream, no matter if you scream, no matter if you cry, they won't give you drugs. They will make you live without it. And when you live without drugs, like for 2 days, for 3 days, 4 days, automatically you can survive without it, and the habit of taking drugs can be left by you. Strict laws should be applied by the government. If governments apply strict laws, if there are no drugs in the country, if that is illegal, then obviously people won't get to eat that, and you won't suffer from drugs diseases and all. Youth should be ready to control the drugs. Youth means this all teenagers and all the modern people who are here. They are the future of a country. Youths are the future, and they will decide how to run this country, how to run this world, what will happen in the future. So youth should be ready. They have the right to control the drugs, and I believe that they will only control the drugs because if all the youths are educated and they know, they have the idea about the drugs, then they are ready to control the drugs. And when they are ready to control it, the whole world can be a drug free place. Say no to drugs. You can see this slogan here. There is a syringe, and these are some small medicines and alcohol. Drug not only it contains some medicine, but it also contains syringes and alcohol or cigarettes and all. And the next slogan, you can see there is a campaign of love yourself and say no to drugs. No matter whatever you are, how you look, your body shape, or like any other things, you are stressed, but please say no to drugs and love yourself. Because some people take drugs because of the how they think about the world. They think that if I do this, then what will the world tell me? If I do this, then what will the world think of me? So don't think about others. Believe in yourself, love yourself, and just say no to drugs. And finally, thank you. If you have some doubts or questions, please ask me.